Welcome, board game soloists, to another unboxing from Top 5 Games. I'm J. Allen Riker, author, and solo board game fanatic, and as you can see today, we are going to do an unboxing of Marvel United Multiverse Kickstarter campaign. Not an all-in, because I almost never do an all-in, but all the stuff that I wanted that wasn't going to retail. I'm going to try to not be as exhaustive as usual and to keep the waffling down to a minimum because there's so much stuff here to show you. And you might be saying, J. Allen Riker, I saw your collection of Marvel United. Is this really a wise purchase? And I'd say it's maybe the wisest purchase that I've ever made. And if there's one thing a wise man knows, it's his own wisdom. I said I was going to get deeper into games that I already love. And how else can you describe what you see before you? And the DC United that is currently being manufactured that I will be adding to this. So, let's get to it without too much more waffling. I apologize for the glare. This is a sunlight, so a skylight, so I can't even do anything about it. It's just one of the drawbacks to being extremely wealthy. So here we go. First, let's take a look at the core set exclusive Iron Lad figure. I'm sure that there was a very nice figure in the higher sets, the all-ins. Actually, I didn't just get the core set because there was a pledge that includes Galactus. I had no idea this box was going to be so big. Like, I know that Galactus is a big figure, but this thing is twice the size of the regular Multiverse box. These do make... I don't know if I'll be able to use this or if I'm going to end up tossing it. Okay, so Iron Lad. Special, of course you're going to have a special character that no one knows. This is one of the many iterations of Kang. So this was Kang when he was young. And he's actually appeared in some very cool stories. But it's funny because, I mean, is he a draw? I guess that's why he's like the special in the core set, which you have to get. Okay, so here we have his cards. I'm definitely not going through the cards today. That would just be insane. Here is his equipment, neurokinetic armor. Use on your turn until the beginning of your next turn. You cannot take any damage, and for each damage you would take, punch in your location. Then turn this face down. Cool. That's a really useful piece of equipment. I guess you absorb strikes, and then instead of taking the damage, you redirect them outward. So here we go, Iron Lad. That is a crisp mold. First, season 1 is definitely looking kind of, I don't know, less detailed compared to the new stuff. I still couldn't get myself to buy the replacements for so many of the original characters that came in the Civil War box because I'm not going to play this multiplayer. So, or like, if I will play a multiplayer because it's a game that I take on occasion and play with my family, but I'm not going to do that competitively. So I almost entirely bought the stuff that isn't in retail. Maximum Carnage is in retail, but this has like a modular board that allows you to swap in any of the Sinister Six villains, if I remember correctly, like that have been previously released. They released like wedges into the circle of villains. This is really cool. The promo team decks, like, I think the team aspect is awesome because I do love having a reason to play thematically besides just, me knowing the stories. But I didn't buy the extras because I knew that they would be in stores and I wanted to try it out first. And I can probably get it from a store in a better price because that's the thing about Marvel United is it's so widely available so incredibly widely available. It's one of the only hobbyist games that gets the scale of popular board games. Like I bought an extra copy with the Spider-Verse expansion, like an extra copy of Season 1 base set with the Multiverse, with the Spider-Verse expansion box and a Doctor Strange for $9 like last Christmas. So this system gets that sort of big distribution pricing, and I want the Kickstarter exclusive stuff, mostly in the form of the giant promo box, but I don't need everything else. So these give you powers. This set introduces team decks to Marvel United, bringing these iconic teams to life by offering heroes access to cards to explore their unique characteristics along with their own limitations. The 15 different team decks included in this set require using heroes, which are part of exclusive boxes. And I don't own all of Marvel United, you might be surprised to hear. There are some boxes that I sold off because so I bought all of Season 1, but I didn't feel like I needed all of it, so I sold off a bunch of those, and in Season 2 I only bought what I wanted. So negative cards, each team deck includes one card with a mandatory negative effect. Looks like it's got special rules. Turns are resolved in the usual sequence, with players alternating taking hero turns. Each turn, the hero may either play a regular hero turn by drawing one card from their hero deck, or playing one card from their hand and then performing actions, doing the usual, or play a team turn by playing a team card. Choose one of the cards shown in the team display and play it in the storyline. That is cool. I don't remember which teams there are, and so I actually am going to open up these cards, even though I just said that I wasn't going to be going through them. This is an exception. Now, I'm not going to look through every card. I just want to refresh myself about what the teams are. So here we have Defenders, Manhattan. This is in Hell's Kitchen. So you've got Iron Fist. Feel bad for not remembering her name. And she's a great figure in the first one. Daredevil and Luke Cage. She had just Jessica Jones? Is that? No, I feel really guilty. Team members. Yes, Jessica Jones. Okay, I got it before I looked. So this has the roster. Okay, cool. Infinity Watch. So these are the characters that were tasked with holding on to the Infinity Stones after Thanos was defeated. So here we have Adam Warlock, Black Widow, Captain Marvel, Doctor Strange, Drax, Gamora, Moondragon, Star-Lord. I do have all those. So I have all these, I have all those. X-Factor. Team members: Forge, Havoc, Multiple Man, Polaris, Quicksilver, Strong Guy, Wolfsbane. So a lot of those, and the uniforms are from the Peter David X-Factor, which is awesome. First X-Factor was actually just a different X-Men. It had Cyclops and Jean Grey, and I'm not 100% sure why it existed, but Peter David made it them a mutants for hire investigation unit, and so it wasn't all the normal X drama, and Peter David is very funny. X-Force. Now this is X drama to the extreme, but I've got such a soft spot in my heart. The first new comic book I ever bought was New Mutants 100 by Rob Liefeld, and after that one they turned into X-Force #1, and so I was hooked on this drama as a junior high kid. So here we have Boom Boom, Cable, Cannonball, Deadpool, Domino, Dupe, Feral, Hope Summers, Shatterstar, Siren, Sunspot, and Warpath. This is one of the things that I love. This is an example of what they do, where they add something that takes all of your old stuff and adds new functionality to it. Like when they get real deep into these games, when they can continue supporting it. Resistance against Apocalypse. Now I don't own probably very many of these. Bishop, Blink, Magneto, Age of Apocalypse, Morph, Sabretooth and Wildchild, and X-Man. So I own some of these, but I don't own the Age of Apocalypse. I think there's a box. So I might not be playing that one too much. Savage Avengers. Oh gosh, I love Savage Avengers. Black Knight, Black Widow, Daredevil, Darkchild, Doctor Doom, Elektra, Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze, Juggernaut, Logan, Magic, Weapon X, and Wolverine. Those are some really awesome comics. I've got a couple of the trade paperbacks. West Coast Avengers, gosh, I love that. I've got some West Coast Avengers from, I got as a kid in those grocery store multi-packs you used to be able to get for so cheap. And I got some of those for Christmas. Hawkeye, Iron Man, Mockingbird, Scarlet Witch, Tigra, Vision, War Machine, Wonder Man. Yeah, so I definitely have read the comics that had Wonder Man, War Machine, Hawkeye. Okay, and even more. These are going to be a really good value. If I like this, I am going to maybe pick up the extra packs if I have to choose carefully, though, because like I said, I don't own all the figures. I own a lot, though, so I should be able to make teams out of for each of these, because I play with three-handed, so I should be able to pull three characters from every given team. So we have Excalibur, Captain Britain, Betsy Braddock, Colossus, Kitty Pryde, Megan, Nightcrawler, and Phoenix. Not really a fan of Excalibur. It's just another X title. I don't even really know what the difference is at this point. New Mutants. I do have a soft spot for New Mutants. Cannonball, Cypher, Darkchild, Legion, Magic, Mirage, Sunspot, Warlock, Wolfsbane, and X-Man. I missed the New Mutants Legendary run. Like I said, I got in on New Mutants 100 is the first new comic book I ever bought after I had bought some at like flea markets and stuff. And so the Liefeld era is definitely not core New Mutants. They had this fantastic artist, gosh, but mix the mutant drama with the teen drama and whoo. Okay, the Inhumans. I love the Inhumans. Black Bolt, Crystal, Gorgon, Karnak, Lockjaw, Medusa, Moongirl and Devil Dinosaur, Ms. Marvel, and Triton. That'll be a real fun one. I'm a big fan of the Inhumans. Moongirl, smartest character in the Marvel Universe, is actually an Inhuman. It was Terrigen Mist that made her so smart. Fantastic Four, of course. Human Torch, Invisible Woman, Mr. Fantastic, and the Thing. And it's funny because they already had like a team. They already had a sideboard card, if I remember correctly, where they could draw extra resources from. So I wonder how this meshes with that. Marvel Knights. Okay, so that's a lot like Defenders. Black Widow, Daredevil, Luke Cage, Moon Knight, and Shang-Chi. I was thinking Marvel Knights when I was thinking of the Defenders. I think the Defenders, I don't think that was a comic book version of the Defenders. I could be wrong. Maybe they did it just because it had been done for the TV shows. My memory of the Defenders is a magic team that would all come together just in dire circumstances. It was like Hulk, Doctor Strange. It was none of these characters. But that was a very long time ago. I'm sure there's a more recent iteration that I know, but the most recent one, not the most recent one, a recent one, which I think kicked off a revival, had those classic characters, but then I think now the Defenders maybe is something that looks like that. I backed off Marvel Comics. Team members, Black Bolt of the Illuminati. Okay, so I think these guys kicked off like a civil war or some sort of big crossovers. Black Bolt, Black Panther, Doctor Strange, Iron Man, Mr. Fantastic, Namor, Professor X. Alpha Flight. I know a bunch of people were wanting this. A bunch of Canucks wanting their team. I love it for them. Alpha Flight. Aurora, Guardian, North Star, Puck, Sasquatch, Snowbird, Wolverine. Gotta cram Wolverine into everything, right? Force Works. I have zero memory of this. I think maybe I read an issue. Iron Man, Maria Hill, Mockingbird, Quake, Scarlet Witch, Spider-Woman, U.S. Agent, War Machine, and Wonder Man. Okay, so we're going to have to speed up now because we're 15 minutes in and I have opened up two very small things. Let's go ahead and open up the core box. I don't know if I should clear space so I can drop this further from the camera or if this is a good thing. There are some superhero miniatures games that I want to use these for. So that's a good justification too. So this is the core box that you could go get in from Amazon for like months now. Okay, so new rule book. I just want to take a look real quick at the new solo mode, the commander solo mode. Uses most of the same rules except choose 4 supporting heroes. Yeah, so this actually is the same one that's in Spider-Geddon, which I guess makes sense because it's another one from this season. Okay. Well, that came out easily. I do like to look at the locations. Niflheim, but I think I'm going to restrain myself. And we'll just take a look at these glorious figures one by one. Okay, so this is... Oh, it doesn't have his name printed out, but that doesn't matter. This is Black Panther, but Black Panther that is his sister version. After... In the movie, he died. He didn't die in the comics. This is Ironheart. This is Maestro, which is the Hulk of the future in a cool Peter David story that has last year got expanded. That's a really cool figure. Straight up villain. Hulk is a straight up villain. Spidey 2099. People know him now. They didn't used to know him. They know him because of the animated movies. He was one of my favorite characters because, again, Peter David, that's so funny, had a fantastic... This was the best of the 2099 line that was like in like, I want to say like 1993 maybe. Oh, this guy's Gamma too. I can't remember what his name is off the top of my head. He's the master. I don't know. I believe I believe this is the Gamma radiant big brain guy. Another Hulk villain, but I could be wrong. Here we have Dr. Doom on his throne. Is this... Yeah, so this is the God Emperor Doom when he ruled over reality, when everything collided together. That was a cool crossover event. So here's a multiversal Loki looking real suave. What is the name of this? Captain America, or Captain Britain, I guess? Not Captain America. She had her own, Jane Carter? She had her own TV show, but I didn't watch it, and I have barely read any comments featuring her. And one of my all-time favorites, Cosmic Ghost Rider. This is Ghost Rider. This is Frank Castle, who became... went to hell and got the Ghost Rider, cursed with the Ghost Rider powers, then became Galactus's harbingers. I can't remember if that's actually what they're called, like Silver Surfer, and then broke free and tried to travel through time to assassinate Thanos while he was still a baby, but ended up turning Thanos into another Punisher and made him even worse. And a fantastic, hilarious comic. Another one of my prized trade paperbacks. A lot of things I only read electronically, but then I will get the trade paperbacks if there's something that I like, or I'll get individual issues. Okay, so that is the core box. Gosh, I'm getting pretty pumped to get this to the table. The thing is, with so much content, it's like, how do you even choose what to play? I'm definitely going to have to expand my spreadsheet now. Okay, let's do Maximum Carnage next. Maybe I'll put chapters in this unboxing. That would be nice of me. That'd be nice of future Jeff. It's very nice of present Jeff to offer you that, except present Jeff doesn't have to do it. Okay, Maximum Carnage. I don't exactly know why it was named that. I don't think that these are the characters from Maximum Carnage. I think that these are the character because this was not the Carnage that was in Maximum Carnage. That's a very old storyline. This is from a more recent Carnage storyline. Carnage is one of the most edgelord titles. Oh God, one of the most edgelord characters. Like that whole '90s Incredibad era. Like there are a few holdovers. He's definitely one of them. And I am gonna have to go off of this because this will tell me who these characters are because I don't know all of them. Because I don't like the symbiotes. I find them over bad and over dramatic and Incredibad. Okay, so I'm going to go off the ones I know first, though. So obviously Morbius, who you can play as both hero and villain, which is why he's purple. He looks great. Who is this? No, I'm going to look at the ones I know first. Yeah, so this is Carnage after he's turned into like this nearly immortal, like absolutely horrific creature, like really powered up to almost like Omega levels, if I remember correctly, though I avoided the comics. Wait a minute, is he purple? No, he's like that weird magenta or whatever that means that he's a challenge character, not a villain on his own, though he might also be a villain on his own in here. I don't know. Because I think there already is a Carnage villain. Shriek, I think she said Shriek screams, if I remember correctly. Be good if I had my light up here, wouldn't it? Scorpion. Oh man, glad to have Scorpion. Definitely. Classic Spider-Man villain. Spider-Man has the best rogues gallery of anyone outside of Batman, that's for sure. I think this is Doppelganger. Yes. I just looked at the sheet. This is Doppelganger. You can see he's actually an 8-legged Spider-Man. And I'm going to say that this is Demo Goblin, which is a like actual possessed version of Hobgoblin who just had a really crazy looking costume. But let me see. Yes, it is Demo Goblin. So he actually has like powers from hell or something, as opposed to the other Hobgoblin who was very evil looking but just wearing a mask. Okay, so let's take a quick look at this. So this is the standard, the new Sinister Six board, which has the ones in the box. Now, if you get the retail version, this is what you get. And this is what you can play. But if you got it in the Kickstarter, then you get, here are all the ones that I just talked about. Oh, Shriek and Scream. Okay, yeah, so I'm not sure if I got those. So that's funny that so this is Shriek. I didn't show her. I don't really know anything about Shriek. But here, oh my gosh, look at this. This is so cool. Are all of the villains who could be included in the Sinister Six. And I think they all have been at one time. And that's actually a reason that Kingpin, though regular foe of Spider-Man, is not included in here. So we're talking Spot, Moreland, Carnage, Green Goblin, Rhino, Venom, Sandman, Doc Ock, Vulture, Kraven, Mysterio, Electro. I hate Vulture. Let's see. I wonder how he plays on here. Chameleon, Lizard, Hobgoblin, Shocker. So that's so much. Like you could make a spreadsheet just of facing off against like different versions of the Sinister Six, and it would be a massive spreadsheet. Okay, but instead, we're gonna move on instead of lingering. I love this custom die. Okay, so one thing that really made me sad from the campaign was I really wanted an Annihilation expansion, and it was just like 4 characters or something for like full price. I wasn't going to do that. I did get War of Kings because I love, like I said, I love the Inhumans. I love Jack Kirby's alternate worlds that he created that then would get folded into regular worlds. So, the New Gods for DC, the Inhumans, and Eternals for Marvel. So I love the Inhumans. I'm actually a big fan of Gladiator. He's like Omega level, so I'm wondering how they're going to run him. I believe that's Ronan, which is Cyclops' brother. Okay. Genetically mutated by the Terrigen Mist, the Inhumans are gifted with extraordinary ability. War of Kings is an expansion that brings the Inhumans into the fold of Marvel United. As war rages against new cosmic locations, this royal group of superheroes will need to use the mutagenic properties of Terrigen Mist to its full potential in order to stop the onslaught of Emperor Vulcan and his Imperial Guard, led by the conflicted Gladiator. So Gladiator, I mean, he is a hero, but the thing is that that's what I love about the cosmic Marvel stuff, is that everybody's kind of gray, like, because each group, the Shi'ar, like you can say it for almost every group out there, they're trying to protect their own species. Like, I mean, it's like if suddenly we got an alligator infestation in our cities, like, we would put an end to that. They're not our species. And that's why I love it. Gets so gray in the cosmic stuff. Of course, they had to throw in Vulcan to be able to draw in the mutants. It was still a really good crossover event. Which one day I would like to own the complete hardcover, but boy, it's very big and it's very expensive. It's got Thanos makes an appearance in it. I'm trying to remember in what capacity, because I get it, some beats of it a little bit confused with the Annihilation, which unfortunately I can't play out. I would have loved to have had Annihilus. And I think that they had a new Quasar in that. And I do really enjoy Quasar from, like, nostalgia. Annihilus I love because the Annihilation crossover is one of the best all-time crossovers. It's a great cosmic crossover featuring Nova, Guardians of the Galaxy, all the cosmic characters, and Annihilus. Okay, I can't remember if this added something and that's why I got it, or if it just seemed like a good value because of all the stuff that you get. And if I got it just because it's not going to retail, I don't know. Team versus team mode, I wouldn't have gotten it for that. It's got a bunch of Terrigen Mist stuff. Okay, so let's take a look. Here's some Terrigen Mist. What are we here for? We're here for the minis. Well, I mean, I'm really not. I love all this stuff, but I can't show you all the stuff, so we're here for the minis. Okay, so here's the villain of this story, Ronan. Very nondescript figure. He's a pretty cool character. He's like Omega level. I think he's Omega level. I don't remember if maybe he just got powered up in some way for that. Gladiator, he's definitely Omega level. He is one of the most powerful beings in the Marvel universe. Okay, despite loving the Inhumans, don't remember their names very well. So here is Triton. He's an underwater character. Team him up with Namor. Gorgon. He has like hooves. These are members of the Inhumans that Jack Kirby made, because he was always trying to make his own universes and tell his own stories. Carnage. He does not have a mustache, though. Usually he has a mustache these days. Little thin one. Got a little stringy one. Crystal, who I don't know much about. I don't know why. It's a very nice figure with the two different types of It's Lucent Flats. Lockjaw, Marvel's best boy, maybe along with Jeffy, but Lockjaw was the original. I have a trade paperback story of Lockjaw that's just so much fun. So he's like he teleports them around, but he is a dog. He's so cute. I'm glad they went with such a cute style, because he's got some very cute comics. Black Bolt, Blacker Boltagon, I think is his real name. He's awesome though. He can't speak because his voice will like destroy the world. So he's completely silent. He's a pretty bad character. I kind of love him. And his wife, the queen of the Inhumans, Medusa, who has hair that like she can use like limbs. Hope people aren't getting whiplash from the pace of this video. Hey, it's going pretty fast for one of mine. My unboxings are usually an hour long for one box. Okay, let's look at the coming of Galactus. This bad boy. Oh my gosh, weighs almost nothing. So there's a lot of air in here. But I guess that means I don't have to glue Galactus together myself. Whatever that's worth. I don't remember this being outrageously priced. I remember it feeling like it was one of the good values. It was similar to like the Thanos set expansion in Season 1, where you got so many villains, and villains add a lot of flavor in this game because each one is like its own mini game. I'm a little less pro villain, but if I was going to say like where does most of the value come from, especially for a person who's not like really obsessed with the comics, it does come from the villains. I've been having they've been really differentiating the heroes recently. Like in Season 1 I said, yeah, I mean it's the villains that bring the value, but I actually am having more fun mixing up the heroes right now. Okay, so this is Galactus and all of his different heralds except for Silver Surfer, which came out in a different season. So we've got another one of these hexagon boards. I actually don't put my locations facing around a hexagon because of how my table's shaped. But that's fine. It doesn't matter. I'll do what I want. Nobody can stop me. I'm real tough. Here's a Galactus board. So the Heralds of Galactus and the Coming of Galactus. It looks like two different modes. And then, of course, you can just play the individual Heralds however you want. I don't know his Heralds super well. I wasn't reading comics during the era of most of these, so I'm going to have to read it from the book. Ooh. Okay, so there's some extra supersized locations. No, they're not. They're just pushed up. Okay, I feel like a goober. Maybe I'll edit that out. Maybe I'll let it in. Or keep it in. Stay humble, I'm excited by the mention of... They gave a teaser that maybe there's going to be a new property next, instead of doing a DC2 or Marvel 4. It sounded from their announcement of what's coming up like it's going to be something else. I am hoping for either Masters of the Universe, which I think would be a great fit because he's got a guy with a claw, a guy with 3 eyes, a guy with a neck that gets really tall. They can really differentiate them. I think that would be one hard thing about G.I. Joe, is it'd be very hard to differentiate a bunch of soldiers. Basically, just have normal human powers for the most part. Or TMNT, which has in the toy line some fantastic villains that would make really great miniatures. I'm really hoping for Masters of the Universe. We're using the license, but I would also be happy with TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. TURTLE power. Okay, we have Nova, who is one solid piece of see-through flame plastic. We have Airwalker, who I have seen before, read about before in comics. We have Terrax, which I think is probably the most well-known herald other than Silver Surfer. He's got an axe. Wonder if he got his name first, or if he decided on using an extra weapon because of his name. And Firelord. Firelord actually is also pretty well known because he's got this really goober-looking flame baton. But those are some great, like the translucent details are fantastic. I love it. Like they went all out, the hair on the staff. Okay, but let's take out the big boy. Oh my gosh. Oh, no. Okay. Yeah, let's do it. He's twist tied in there. He's going to have to go on a shelf somewhere, because probably in the basement, because he is. I'm not keeping this giant box. Okay. I mean, very nice maxi mini. Maxiature, whatever. Cool base. Looking real grumpy. I love how Galactus has like zero sense of humor. I do actually, and I mean that, I do really enjoy that. It makes for some funny interactions. Okay, I didn't do that right. Or did I? I don't know. That's good enough for me. I don't think I'm even going to put this back in the box, because I'm not feeling box. Right. We definitely, I keep that box to use for storage for something else, that's for sure. Yeah, so we have the Coming of Galactus mode and his. I would never pull these characters out to you unless they move around apart from their card, separate from their card. I would never pull them out to use them as minions, but the Heralds of Galactus, that one makes, I'm sure that they move about, so that one would make more sense. So here's the Heralds of Galactus mode. Team versus team mode. Modular Heralds. Specifically designed to play with the Heralds contained in the box. However, you can choose to play against a team of different villains using the Heralds of Galactus components and rules. Although it might be unbalanced, it says. That could be fun. If, I'd have to experience see what the experience is like before saying that I would like to have more permutations of it, but. Okay, last one with 1,000 minis. So, we're at the 42-minute mark on my camera. I'm sure it's not that on the TV, so there's got to be some stuff I'm cutting, or at least speeding up. We'll see how long this takes. I'll show the trays first for anyone who wants to dip out, who's made it this far but can't see themselves sitting through this many. Let me check the back of the box first to see if there's anything. So it just shows all the promos. My goodness. 31 heroes, 9 anti-heroes, and 23 villains. So basically 60 characters. 9 of them being anti-heroes means that each of those counts for 2. So you can consider it like 70 characters with 60 minis. Beautiful. This is the thing that keeps me coming back to crowdfunding. I barely look at it anymore, but like the value of these switching of these mix and match games, especially ones that still have that Eric Lang designed feel that it seems like Kaman is really clinging to. I think the power system's really good too, and I don't know, I can't remember if he had anything to do with that, but Cthulhu Death May Die, and obvious, and Zombicide, and this are definitely come on, moneymakers. Maybe the power system can become a moneymaker. I would like that. I would like to be able to mix in, have fights like with DC United. I'm really just looking forward to having, Marvel characters going against Batman's Rogues Gallery and DC characters going against Spider-Man's Rogues Gallery. Okay, so here we have the components. We got one Wrecking Crew dashboard, 58 team cards. Oh, so I did buy one of, I think that one that I got of the team cards. Yes, that was the one exclusive pack of team cards, because they don't sell in stores because it's for all of the exclusive Kickstarter exclusive figures. That makes sense why I would have bought that. And then this comes with more team cards. Oh, so cool. We may have to open that because I don't remember what teams. 480 hero cards, 14 equipment cards. I know they have some generic ones, some generic equipment cards, so that you can give everyone that option. 323 master plan cards, 165 threat cards, 27 villain dashboards. Okay. Negative Zone card, Limbo card, Penance Form card, Mission card for the Lizard. Okay. It's the supervillain cards for villain mode, superhero cards. Yeah, and then the tokens. This only has one location, Mole Man. And here we go. Here it is. Mole Man. A henchman entering play in this location has 2 extra health. May go above starting value. So, end of turn. You may deal 1 damage to 1 henchman in any location. You may discard 1 card from your hand to the bottom of your deck to deal them 1 extra damage. So that isn't too negative of a card. Kind of a mixed bag. Okay, there's the tokens. Here's that Wrecking Crew board. I am a fan of the Wrecking Crew. I mean, he's got a vibranium crowbar. What kind of sense does that make? I don't know the origination of that crowbar, but I find that extremely funny. Okay, now we're getting into it. So I'm going to open up the teams. That's it. Gosh, and golly, that's a lot of stuff. Okay, so let's look at these teams. The most boring team of all, Shield. Goodness gracious. And I think that's what's going to be the next Marvel Champions. Hoping that that's a very short cycle. Okay. Look at these upside down again so that can see who's in them. Okay, so here we have the Young Avengers. America Chavez, I love her. Hulkling, Iron Lad, Kate Bishop, Kid Loki, Patriot, Speed, Stature, and Wiccan. So these are the Young Avengers. I think that some of them maybe were also like the champions eventually. Hulkling is now like king of the Shi'ar Empire. Okay, Dark Avengers. Ares, Dakin, oh god, the corniest character of all time. Moonstone, Sentry, Songbird, and U.S. Agent. Okay, I definitely have enough to do that team as well. Gen X, when they had get cooler than the New Mutants. Banshee, and also I think they just wanted to spite Image because Image had a title called Gen X and they made them change it to Gen 13 and then made Gen X at some point. Banshee, Chamber, oh god, that figure's so cool. That character's so cool. So that's one thing that bothers me about the mutants is that their powers are always so thematic and they have these clusters of powers. Like how is it that Cyclops also has like, besides having a portal to the Sidorak or whatever dimension in his head, he also has eyelids that can contain the power of it. They always have these thematically fitting things that keep them from just dying from using their own powers. Well, Chamber's powers blew the entire lower half of his face off. That was cool. Emma Frost, Husk, Jubilee, and M. I definitely have a good thwack of those characters. Sword Bearers of Krakoa. That was a pretty anticlimactic storyline, in my opinion. Apocalypse, Cable, Captain Britain, Cypher, Magic, or Darkchild, so that's the same character. Storm or Storm, Wolverine or Logan, or Weapon X. Okay, got plenty of those characters. Midnight Suns, Blade, Darkchild, Doc Strange, Elsa Bloodstone, Ghost Rider Johnny Blaze, Iron Fist, Man-Thing, Moon Knight, Morbius, Werewolf by Night, and Wang. Midnight Suns. What's Marvel Knights? Okay, that's what I was thinking of. Midnight Suns is cool. I like a lot. I like that dark magic themed group. Oh man, here we go. The Starjammers with Havoc and Cyclops' dad, Corsair, Chod, Havoc, Hepspa, Lilandra, Polaris, and Raza. These are really cool characters. I like them. They're like cosmic, but have a very different feel. Like a pulpy sort of feel. Red, Hulks, Thunderbolts, Agent Venom, Deadpool, Elektra, Ghost Rider Johnny Blaze, Punisher, Red Hulk. Punisher, he's one of my guys that when I need to finish somebody from across the board. Oh, Shield. It's got a bunch. And what a lame team. Okay. If you want to play the man, 3 levels of miniature bliss. That's a weird thing to say. Oh no. Okay, that was a silly thing to do, wasn't it? Okay, so as promised, I'm going to show you the trays before I start going through them. There he is. That I was talking about just a minute ago. Chamber. Maybe my memory is kind of bad because I've reserved so much of it for remembering comic book character names. Maybe it's great. It's just how I choose to use my hard drive space. This has got the 2 big old characters. Okay, so let's go through that now, one at a time. Here we have Claw. You know what? I do not trust myself to remember all of these characters' names, regardless of what I just bragged. So I'm going to keep this. I'm going to keep this nearby. Okay. We have Claw. I definitely know him. This is that guy from the Wrecking Crew. Bulldozer. Did not remember his name. Crowbar. No, Wrecker. He has a crowbar. He should go by Crowbar. The other guy from the Wrecking Crew. Pile Driver. And the other guy from the Wrecking Crew. Thunderball. Crossbones, classic, Daredevil, villain, mercenary, with a mouth, but not Deadpool. This is from, he's the guy from the Inhumans, Maximus? Yes, Maximus. He's the Inhuman that is kind of the black sheep of the family. I believe this is Polaris. Nope, Enchantress. Oh, I never would have guessed this. He has a little pup in his hand, though, so that tips you off. It's the Purple Man. But mostly, you know him by being colored purple, which he is not. Oh, I know this guy, Mole Man. So awesome. I love Mole Man. I'm going to stand up because my back is killing me. Okay, so I thought that this was just Iron Man. It is not. This is Iron Patriot. A little bit better lighting on here. Iron Patriot. Shoot, I know his story. I think it's somebody else in the Iron Man army or Iron Man outfit. I can't remember who. Was it Green Goblin? Anyway. Who is he? Oh, yeah, the High Evolutionary. Cool figure. Here's Chameleon. I always thought his outfit was really weird. Looks like he's in pajamas or something. I don't know if it's supposed to be a martial arts gi. Shocker. That's another Spider-Man villain that we were lacking. He's kind of a goober. Titania, I believe. Yes. Yes, that is Titania. And that makes sense because she is right by her beau, the Absorbing Man. Look at that. That's so cool. So he's iron on this side, where he's holding his ball and chain. And he's brick on this side, where he's holding that brick wall. I really like a lot of his stories. This is, I believe this is a member of the Red Guard, like a Crimson Dynamo. Let's see. Yes. Crimson Dynamo. This is going to take a long time when I include guesses for everything. Hobgoblin, definitely. You can see that he is very demonic looking, but less demonic looking than Demo Goblin, who actually is, I think, some kind of demon. Here we have the Lizard. He was definitely heavily requested. His sculpt is kind of silly. He's got these teeny tiny little back feet and a giant tail. And mine looks like he's about to fall in half. Okay. And I won't. Be careful with him. Ugh, Incredibad. New Incredibad. What is this guy's name? He's the symbiote god. Oh yeah, Null, spelled with a K. And his ebon sword. It's big. Oh, I love this guy, though. He's the God Killer. Must begin with a G? Yes, Gore. I would not have gotten that, but I did remember the G. He's got his God-killing sword. I believe this is Blastar, because he's a enemy of the Inhumans. Yes, Blastar. Ah, Abomination, one of my favorites. I was such a fan when I was a kid. He just, I don't know, there's something about his design. He was made super, super horrific in Al Ewing's Immortal Hulk run. Not so long back, a couple years back. Here is Anti-Venom. He's Flash Thompson. He's the one Venom symbiote character that I like. Love that. He's holding a combat knife in one, a gun in each other, tentacles. Agent Venom is what he's known as here. I believe he was Anti-Venom when he was in a whiter costume, and he was like more of an anti-hero. Yeah, because the Anti-Venom character actually is in the Spider-Geddon box set, but this is the same character, if I remember correctly. I always hedge with that because it's pretty frequently that I don't remember correctly. Okay, this is the Red Hulk Thunderbolt Ross. They gave him his mustache, despite how furious it made people. I mean, I think of him as just a straight up bad guy. Even if he had a heroic storyline or two, and I maybe vaguely remember it, still, he's a bad guy in my book. Moonstone, who I don't know very much about. Dark Star, who I also don't. I'm looking these up. These I couldn't call. I couldn't even start to guess. Dark Star. Ursa Major, I want to say. Yep. From the Red Guard. I think it's the name of that group out of Russia. Who is this as a nondescript looking character? Oh, that looks like Black Widow's bands. Is that Black Widow? Oh, it's White Widow. Okay. Yeah, she's got those little taser things on her wrists. Okay. The Crimson Guard? The Red Guardian. Very close. Synonymous, even. The USSR Captain America. So these are the ones that you can play either as heroes or villains. And I appreciate them putting the Crimson Guard, or whatever they're called, in there. So U.S. agent he started out, I think, as a good guy, just straight up good guy when he was in Avengers West Coast, but he definitely got turned very dark recently. It's a really nice pose, very dynamic. Love the use of the shield. He's up on one foot. That's a really nice, I know this is a weird thing to say, but it's a really nice tire and sandbag base. Here's, Magic. Dark Child, she is here. I guess this is her evil-ish form. Her pre-X-Men form, maybe? Oh, this is that doofus, Dakin. He's got these pheromones that make everybody just think he's so sexy, and he's also just so sexy. And he's got goofiest looking claw situation. They've really run out of ways to do Wolverine's claws. I believe this is one of Wolverine's sons. Yeah, Dakin. Okay. Megan? Had to look. There's not a lot of distinguishing features on here. Chamber definitely has a distinguishing feature. Remember, I said he blew the lower part of his head off, so that's pretty distinctive. I don't know from the outfit. The women characters just don't have nearly as much detail in their outfits. Also, this is an X character, and the X characters don't have nearly as much detail in their outfits, so. M. Okay, that's M. I don't know about M because I don't read many X titles. Here's another X. So this is Husk. I do know this one. This is the guy who carries Deadlock. Cypher. Yeah, so like this is Deadlock. Cypher can speak to I think to anything. Can basically his master of languages. So on Krakoa, he speaks directly to their living island, and then he's paired up with, you see the cybernetic arm. That's Deadlock, or Warlock. Sorry, Warlock. That robot, New Mutant, back from the Great New Mutant days. He was always drawn like so crazy. Betsy Braddock, Captain Britain, believe. Yep. So this Betsy Braddock is also Psylocke, if I am remembering correctly. Don't know the X stuff as well. As I keep saying, okay, look at that. Oh, okay. Aurora. She's from the Alpha Flight. Okay, and here we have the new Captain America, Sam Wilson. For me, an important part of Captain America is him being a man out of time. I know that doesn't necessarily have anything to do with America, but he's kind of a singular character for that reason. It's not whoever just holds the shield, but I'm fine with giving the name to whoever just holds the shield, and Steve Rogers can continue to be, that's his name, right? His own thing. Deathlock. I bought a bunch of he had a run come out right when I started collecting comics, and I bought a bunch of them and read them like a million times. I shouldn't say a bunch of them. I don't think it lasted very long. He's a resurrected cyborg soldier. Recently, he's been used as more of a like automaton. There's some force that produces them. And this is no idea. Songbird. Clearly a mutant. So yeah, I don't know. Okay, that must be Siren. She's like Banshee's cousin or niece. Yes, Siren. From X-Force, back in the Incredibad era. Black Knight. Yep. Great figure. Kid Loki. He was once one of Captain America's sidekicks, and now he says own saying, and I can't remember his name. Patriot. Got the classic shield. Some sort of speedster. Who is he? Speed. Okay. Wiccan, husband of Hulkling, so I guess also part of the Shi'ar royalty, I think. I was just like, I lost a character. That's a spot for Iron Patriot. Which would be nice, except I do not plan on keeping all this flimsy vacuum plastic. Okay, so this is one of the very, very many Spider-Men. God, you could have a player versus player head-to-head Spider-Man team and have completely full teams. This is Cyborg Spider-Man. I actually don't know almost anything about him. I mean, I don't know anything about him. Maybe I've seen him in the comic, but because I did read the various Multiverse Spider stories. Man Thing, one of my favorites from when I was a kid, freaked me out. Anything that knows fear burns at the touch of Man Thing. he's a force of nature. He was, I guess, I don't know, maybe Marvel's response to Swamp Thing. Sounds like it. Here we have Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze. The Ghost Rider, let's be serious. I actually really like the new Ghost Rider character. The kid who drives the muscle car, but Johnny Blaze is so iconic. This is that Bloodstone, right? The Monster Hunter. Yes, Elsa Bloodstone. She's a fun character. She's a great story with Deadpool that I don't believe was written by Jerry Duggan and was still good. Jerry Duggan and Brian Posehn set a high watermark on that. Pretty sure this is Wong. Yes. So, Doctor Strange's assistant. Werewolf by Night, I think. Just a funny name for a character. Yep, Werewolf by Night. Okay, this guy is one of the Starjammers, but I don't remember his name. It looks like Chew. CH''OO. Really awesome figure. Another one of the Starjammers, whose name I also don't remember. Oh, wait, yeah, I do know this guy, Raza. He's got that real pirate look with his eye patch and his cutlass. Hepzibah, I don't know. Hepzibah, another Starjammer. I don't know their names, I'm sorry. Such for Corsair, which is, he's Corsair Summers. Pretty sure he is the father of Cyclops and Havoc. I don't think he is Ronin's dad, but I'm not 100% sure about that. This is a Shi'ar princess or Queen Lilandra. I don't remember her name, but I do remember it upon hearing it. And here we have X Factor costume Havoc. This is definitely, I kind of like his old goobery costume too, but this will be fun for playing out Peter David's X Factor, which is the one that I prefer for sure. Okay, let's look at these. Stature, I'm wondering, I actually don't know this character at all. So you can see that she's stomping around in a shed. She must have grown out of it. Good boy. And Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. That's a fantastic figure. Super cool. I'm very happy about this. Moon Girl is a really fun character. I don't always like obnoxious characters, but I really like her. Okay, well, that is it, people. I hope that you enjoyed this unboxing of Marvel Multiverse. Hope to get this to the table. I will be getting this game to the table soon and touching a fraction of the content here, but there are some characters that I definitely got to play. So you'll be hopefully hearing a partial review before too long. And I have been your host, J. Allen Riker. I plan to continue being J. Allen Riker, and I'm wishing you a great rest of your day and reminding you to keep playing solo.